Now is as good a time as any to make this video. So, I envisioned myself making a video that was like day 4, nofap. And I'd be all energetic, because I actually was feeling really energetic before bed last night. Lo and behold, I relapsed. Went back to old habits. And honestly, I don't feel that bad because I went like 3 days clean eating, you might say, without any internet stimulation, artificial internet sexual stimulation. I went 3 days without it, and I actually felt pretty good. I messed up last night and this morning, but I got up, headed out the door, I'm headed to my girlfriend's. I have coffee, and yeah, I'm gonna take this this car ride, kind of just think and like just be. And I just want to talk about a couple of things that I learned from the 3 days, because for some people watching this, I get that 3 days doesn't seem like a whole lot. For me, it kind of is. I mean, I don't know. We have more access than we ever have in human history to internet pornography, right? So, I mean, for me, it is kind of like an accomplishment at this moment in time to go 3 days. The longest I've ever gone is 33 days. Somebody commented on my last video, why 30 days? Why are you going to go 30 days? And I felt like a little bit like, I was like, because that's actually a challenge for me, pal. But at the same time, I also took that as fair point, because why would I just say 30 days? The reason for the 30 days is I just want to document it. I just want to document it, and I want to talk about what I learned after the 30 days. But that comment also kind of made me think, or it reminded me that the best way to overcome this, to overcome an addiction, is to identify as somebody who just doesn't watch it anymore. To just identify, like, as a new person, you know, like, be a new man. And that means, like, for life. So that's kind of what I took it as a reminder. So thank you if you commented that and you're watching this video. I read the comments. I'm gonna start doing that. I didn't want to when I first attempted this, because I felt too weak-minded. But right now, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with comments in person on the internet for the rest of my life, so I might as well accept that there are comments and people have opinions, and I can read them, and that's it. So, what else? What else did I learn? I kind of learned that so since I've gone like a while before without using internet porn, or without, I mean, I consider like Instagram asses as like porn, because it is. I mean, you're sitting there looking at a hot woman and fantasizing about her and like getting pleasure from that stimulation. So that's usually what I'm referring to, because I haven't actually watched legitimate porn in quite a while. But that would be my version of it. And I don't know if I rationalize in my head like, oh, it's not as bad, and then I like I mentioned in a previous video, it's sneaky, like how it gets you. You're just like, well, I'll just look up this person on Instagram, or I'll just like scroll a little bit. I'll just watch a little bit of women's beach volleyball or lingerie football. And then it gets you. So anyway, that's one thing that I learned. It's very sneaky, or one thing I was reminded of. Another thing is kind of what I was realizing yesterday is, man, I don't remember what I just titled. I have to check what I just titled the last video, but I wanted to title it something like learning to love again or something, or seeing what's missing, getting what's missing. Because I started to realize, like, I was laying down at night. I don't live with my girlfriend right now, and I was in bed alone, and I was kind of like craving stimulation, but I was also craving like another human And I was sitting there, and I'm just like, what is this longing that I'm getting? What is this loneliness that I'm feeling? What is this, like, you know? So it's this combination of me wanting to be okay with loneliness, but also realizing that I like companionship, and maybe I was replacing that with internet porn. And if I can like find out what I need, I say you because like I imagine there's people relating to this. We're all human, right? If you find what you need or what you think you need from porn, but like from real life, and if you start cutting out like the substitute, which is internet artificial sexual stimulation, as I like to call it. I keep not saying the P word because I don't know if the internet likes it. You know, people like the internet likes to flag you for saying words, but like like if I can just find, if you can just cut back a little bit on the thing that you're addicted to, you'll start to naturally try to seek out that thing in real life. And maybe it's not even like the pleasure that you get. Maybe it's not the orgasm, the high, the pleasure that you get from, you know, FAP activities. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's like just natural human connection that you're looking for. I remember when I was I'm almost 30, 29. I remember when I was in my early to mid 20s, I started approaching women to overcome social anxiety, and that led me to get into game. You ever heard of game? Like learning how to attract women, like learning how to say the right things, learning what women are attracted to. I've always kind of veered towards more of the authenticity route, because that's what people are actually genuinely attracted to. It's hard to fake who you are, so like just being a better person is more attractive to the opposite sex. But anyway, and like speaking your mind, being yourself, and you're gonna be polarizing, you know, some people are gonna hate you, some people are gonna love you, blah blah blah, whatever. But when I started learning about that stuff, I was also attempting and succeeding sometimes to do nofap for like weeks at a time or a month at a time. And I noticed that the longer that I went, when I would get like 1 or 2 weeks off of watching pornography, I would like naturally just enjoy talking to people more. And that included some of the women that I was approaching when I went out to the bar. When I was like 24, 25, 26. I would go out to the bar and I would feel better about talking to people. And if you're watching this and you like relapsed, I've struggled with this perfectionist mindset, and I don't feel it so much right now, but I used to go like however many days, like 10 days without watching porn, and then I would relapse and I'd be like, oh my God, and my whole confidence would just collapse into a puddle on the floor, on the ground, and I would just be I would feel like a totally different person. I would feel like a failure, whereas the day before I felt like a success. And maybe just being aware of that has helped me, but I don't feel it as much now. And I think it's because I realized, like, wait, I actually do feel a little bit better now, full disclosure, a week ago I was in a place where I was struggling not to watch it in a day. I was like watching it every single day. Okay, so I went 3 days now without it, and then I relapsed. So now, today, like, the relapse didn't really affect me that much, because still, I've only done it once or twice, because last night and this morning, but only twice in the last 4 days now. So I've cut back like in half, basically. Actually, I didn't even spend that much time on it. So, more than cut it back in half of the amount that I was doing it. I've been more present in the moment. I've been focused more on other activities that are good for me. And just more present in the moment, like talking to people, and like, I don't know, just waking up more. And I feel better. I feel like the relapse hasn't affected me that much. So, I'm ready to start again. Same thing. Masculine, brute forcing it. I gotta go to the bank.